Hi everyone! Welcome to our very first Read Aloud for National Teacher Appreciation Week. Our faculty advisors and student leaders of the Student Education Association and Kappa Delta Pi Honor Society at Governor State University are doing Read Alouds all week. I am doing the first Read Aloud today. My name is Dr. Katy Hisrich. I'm an Associate Professor in Education at Governor State University and the committee chair and advisor for this group. So we've been doing read-alouds all semester to celebrate Black History Month, Women's History Month, animals in the environment, as well as National Reading Day. And so this is our last read-aloud project for this semester. So I hope you join us for all the read-alouds. We have about 10 read-alouds this week at various days and times. I'm going to read a new book, brand new book from one of my favorite children's book authors, Giles Andreae. He came out with this I think within the last couple of months. He wrote Giraffes Can't Dance, which is my all-time favorite children's book. I actually did a read aloud that you can see on our Facebook page on March 2nd for National Reading Day. And anyway, he came out with this new book, so I'm very excited because I love his stories. First, they have animals in it, which I love, and they also rhyme, and they have a really good message to them. Lots of things that you can do also with literacy skills, with like vocabulary and everything. So anyway, super excited to read this with you guys today. So this is called Elephant Me. So as we look at the cover, we can see that there's an elephant on it, and it looks like kind of a baby elephant because it looks smaller. Doesn't look like a big grown-up elephant. But I wonder what this book's going to be about. It doesn't really, the picture and the title doesn't really give us a lot of clues about what might be going on in the story. So think about it and make a prediction. What do you think is going to happen in this book? What do you predict will happen? Elephant Me. It's our title page, Elephant Me. You can definitely see some other animals might be involved in this. So, Elephant Mighty reclined on his throne. At the start of the elephant games, "Impress me," he said to the little ones there, "and I'll give you your elephant names." So we have a character, Elephant Mighty. Looks like the king. We have all these other little elephants. And it looks like they said at the start of the elephant game, so they have some games that they have to do so they can impress the king, and then once they do that, they can get their elephant names, he said. Tradition dictated in elephant lore that all of the young ones compete to try to be better than everyone else at a certain spectacular feat. And each time an elephant managed to prove a talent or skill to the king, the monarch would give him his elephant name, an honor they all longed to win. So they're all trying to do these feats, they said, to impress the king to win their elephant name. Standing on stilts, standing on his head, swinging from a vine, banging a drum, cartwheel. Ooh, another good word, monarch. We're trying to impress the monarch. Another name for king or a single ruler. Nina was first to try out for a name. The largest young elephant there. She pulled a whole tree from the ground by its roots and lifted it high in the air. "Amazing!" cried Elephant Mighty. "Hooray! Your trunk is so splendid and long. I never imagined that tree would come loose. I'm calling you Elephant Strong." So now because this elephant was so strong and pulled out these roots, the new name is Elephant Strong. Young Norcus was next, so he took a deep breath, and summoning all of his might, he let out a bellow so loud and so shrill that even the vultures took flight. "Remarkable," Elephant Mighty declared. "That sound, it could set off a riot. I'm calling you Elephant Noisy. My boy, now shush, settle down, and be quiet." Hi, Iz. Oh, my dog joined us for our read aloud today. Are you joining us for our read aloud, Izzy? Izzy. Iz. Are you joining us for our read aloud? Yes. Okay. Yes? Okay. So we have two names now of elephants. We have Elephant Strong and Elephant Noisy. Let's see what happens next. And one by one, all the young elephants came and showed off the things they could do, and each was awarded its elephant name, except one at the back of the queue. So all of these were awarded their new elephant name. So let's think, what would you name them? It doesn't say what their names would be, but what would you name them? So they have someone skipping rope, balancing a ball, standing on a log, a lasso. What would you name them? So we had Elephant Strong, Elephant Noisy. What are some names that you could come up with for these? That if you were king, what names would you give them for doing these new feats, they called them, or skills? Maybe Elephant Jumper, because he's jumping rope. So, it said everyone except one was awarded an elephant name. Except this one at the back of the queue. Another word for queue is line, so at the back of the line or the queue. So this one, this elephant did not have him get a name. I see one more elephant hiding away. Come show yourself now, said the king. Yes, tell me what marvelous trick you can do. Please demonstrate. What is your thing? I'm not really sure yet, Your Highness, he said. It's just that I don't really know. Oh, nonsense, said Elephant Mighty. What tosh? Get on with it. Give me a show. How do you think he's feeling right now? He's on stage. He's not sure what to do. He feels probably scared, a little embarrassed. You can see the red in his cheeks. Have you ever felt like that? When you were on stage and you weren't sure what to do? You were nervous or anxious? So Num Num stepped forward and did a few tricks. He was trying as hard as he could, but Elephant Mighty was most unimpressed, asking, "Can't you do anything good?" Standing on his head. Looks like he's pushing a ball together, maybe? Balancing on the ball? Oh dear, scowled the king. No, that really won't do. Poor Num Num felt hopelessly small. I should call you Elephant Nothing, he laughed. Yes, Elephant Nothing at all. How do you think he's feeling now? Everyone's sneering or laughing at him. Have you ever felt this way? When you just couldn't do anything well? Or maybe when people were laughing at you? Or maybe you were one of these people these elephants that were laughing at someone, which isn't a nice thing to do. Think about how that person felt. You can tell by the picture in his eyes. He feels embarrassed, alone probably, sad. So Num Num decided to move far away to a place where no elephants go. He trudged through the dust and the heat of the plains, his head and his tail hanging low. And we know when animals do that, they're sad. Their head and their tails are hanging low. Huh. But you can see, look, there's some animals in the distance. I wonder what will happen with that. But soon, because Num Num was gentle and kind, and was blessed with a generous soul, lions and zebra, giraffes and gazelle came and shared his new watering hole. And now you can see he has the giraffe and the lion, the zebra and the gazelle. He's happy because he has now friends that he's sharing the watering hole with. And that's all because he had a gentle and kind and generous soul. Then one day, a warthog asked, "Why are you here?" So Num Num explained what occurred. "That's nonsense," a crocodile swiftly replied, and his friends all agreed. "That's absurd." So they all said that's absurd to the story that Num Num told them about the king. That's absurd. Absurd. What's another word for absurd? Ridiculous or silly. That's silly. You're good at all sorts of things. Really, you are. You're friendly, you're kind, and you're true. Out of all the animals you hear on the plains, there's only one only one you. And that's true. There is only one of you, only one of each one of us. You can see that as Num Num was telling the story about what happened to him, he was crying, and the gazelle was trying to give him a hug to make him feel better. What a nice friend. And we have some other animals that joined us in the watering hole, some monkeys. Come, follow me, Num Num, the crocodile said. Let's take you back where you belong. And tell Mr. Elephant Thingamajig that he's not only foolish, but wrong. The animals led Num Num back to his home, where Elephant Mighty held sway. Excuse me, Your Highness, said Num Num. It's me, and this time I've got something to say. And look at him. He has his hands on his hips. He's just ready. His eyes are open. He's ready to say something. He looks a lot more confident now, doesn't he? He cleared his throat nervously, took a deep breath, then looked up as brave as can be. I'll tell you my elephant name, Num Num said. I want to be Elephant Me. Num Num, that's what he wants to be called, Elephant Me. You want to be Elephant Me, sneered the king, with a haughty and arrogant snort. There's nothing about it that says what you do. That's a really ridiculous thought. It's not, Num Num said, because that's who I am. I may not be noisy or tough, but the hardest thing sometimes is just to be you. And to know being you is enough. And it is sometimes it's hard to just be you. And being you is enough. To all of the creatures' astonished surprise, the king didn't bellow or shout. No, Elephant Mighty had started to weep. And a long, lonely wail came out. Weep. You know what that word was? Weep. You can tell by the picture that our picture helps us with those words. Weep means to cry. Let's find out why he's crying. Why do you think he's crying? You're right, cried the monarch. It's hard to be you. And guess what? It's hard to be me. I'm tired of being Elephant Mighty all day. I want to be elephant free. He wants to be elephant free. What do you think that means? Why do you think he wants to be elephant free? The king. Maybe because the king has to do so many things and he doesn't want to have to act like a king. I'm longing to do all those things that I can't, that a king's not expected to do. Like dancing all night beneath only the stars with my feet getting wet in the dew. Who cares about all those ridiculous names? No, what's more important by far is just to be true to ourselves every day and content with whoever we are. We are. Yes. That is a very important message. That is important to be content with whoever we are. Whoever we are inside. Not what the ridiculous names are or all the things that we can do. It's who we are inside as a person is what matters. Elephant Me, what a wonderful thing. Now whenever we see there's a chance, let's celebrate me-ness with all of our hearts. And right now I see stars, so let's dance. So they are celebrating me-ness, being themselves, each one celebrating them as an individual animal or person. What a great message. So think about how you can celebrate you, because being content with whoever you are is what matters. So think about how you can celebrate you inside and not remember any names or anything that you can do. It's whoever you are inside that is what counts. And here they are celebrating, and just like in the book, their other book, Giraffes Can't Dance, they're dancing. All the animals are getting together to dance. In the Giraffes Can't Dance book, they did they were at the jungle dance. That's what they called it. So what a great story, with a wonderful message. And there's lots of other things that You can do it and talk about feelings and, being true to yourself. There's also lots of rhyming words and literacy skills you can with vocabulary. And what I like most about it is that it has animals in it. What a great way to tell a story and share a concept and message with everybody. So this was the very first read aloud for Teacher Appreciation Week. We have another person coming up next at noon, and that is Dr. Cummings reading A Place to Bloom. We have more tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday of this week, so we hope you join us for these read-alouds. You can also come back and look at these anytime. Feel free to also go back and look at the read-alouds that we've done over the last few months for Black History Month, Women's History Month, to celebrate animals and the environment, as well as we were reading our favorite stories on March 2nd, the National Reading Day. So thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to having you at more read-alouds in the future.